Post-Christmas I've been round to various stores looking for Christmas lighting that wasn't wanted anymore, so this is quite a nice bargain here from a garden centre. So this was originally priced at a ridiculous £6, but now reduced to £1. So it's one of these battery operated lights, LED lights, and I've got a few of these. I quite like this type of thing, but this one was interesting, not only because it was £1, but because it's got a 6-hour timer. I've never had one with a timer built in before. I wanted to see how that works. So obviously needs 3 AA cells. Let's put some batteries in, see what it does. There's a tiny screw there to keep the lid on the battery box, I suppose. Right. Yeah, so some Christmas themed birds. Is that a robin? I'm not sure what it is. It's got a kind of pointy crest on its head. So these are just white LEDs being glued onto these little birds. I quite like these type of LEDs though, with the tiny gold wires. Quite sort of delicate. But what I want to do is actually open it up and have a look at this circuit board, so I can see that there's a crystal there, or an oscillator or something. So I want to see what's making that 6-hour timer work. It's sort of heat staked into place, so I don't think there's any pretty way to get this off. And then maybe it's just pressed in, I'm not sure. Oh, that's fighting back. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it's just pressed in. There we go. It's got a tiny chip in there that's been soldered directly to the battery power strip there. See if there's any writing on this chip. DD6K it says. 781.1. Not sure what any of that means. Yeah, so I can't take that out without unsoldering that, but we can see there's not much in the way of circuitry. There's just the chip, and that looks like a resistor, and then on the other side we've got the crystal. So I mean, it's some kind of microcontroller which needs a precise oscillator to give it 6-hour timing. So I guess I should run it and see how precisely the 6-hour timer works. Oh yeah, the switch has got 2 positions, so I guess we've got Yeah, so there's a legend on the plastic. You can see in the plastic it says timer. So we've got on, off and timer. So in the center setting, this is supposed to stay on for 6 hours. So I will measure that. So looking at the instructions here, it says timer. The item will light up after 6 hours of being lit. The lamps will switch off automatically. The set will turn on again automatically the following day at the time they were originally switched on. So that's quite good. So you can make it switch off and just come on in the evening for a few hours and then go off again automatically. So the answer is this stayed on for really bang on 6 hours. So it was 6 hours to the nearest minute. So the timer circuit here is obviously running quite accurate, which is why it's got a crystal to time it, and I'm betting that it's a 32768 megahertz crystal to give it 1 second timing. But what we could do is try probing on here on the chip and see if we can find the oscillator signal, and then we could measure the frequency. So I'm going to fire up the scope and see if I can do that. Here we go. Now we've got the scope out, and you'll see I've popped the board out here, and the crystal lifts up a little bit so we can get in there. And so if I connect this onto the leg here, I've got the switch in the center position, which is the timer. That connection's not very good, but there we go. Right, so I'll clip the scope on to that leg there, and let's have a look at the screen. So there we go. Let's just set the scope. There we go. It looks something like a sine wave on the crystal, doesn't it? And if we look on the bottom there, we see it says 32.769 kilohertz. So as I thought, this is the 32 kilohertz crystal, and it gets divided down by whatever that is, 2 to the power of 15, is it? I can't remember. Until it's 1 second, so the microcontroller's getting 1 second pulses, which it uses to work out how long 6 hours is. So that's pretty neat, I think. Okay, so that's basically the end. So I'm going to plug this back together again, not sure about the bird design, but I might use this timer circuit in something else later on. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.